It's the $1 Million Organizer Show. Tips for professional union organizers. Win more campaigns, balance work and family, and leave the competition in the dust. Now here's your host, Bob Odie.
Hello, union organizers and future union organizers. This is episode number 47. Today's topic is the Great Resignation. But first, my commentary. No doubt you've noticed that inflation is eating away at your paycheck. Inflation is at a 40-year high, and just last month it was at a 30-year high. Everything is going up, from food to fuel, rents, cars, medicine. There are ships parked off the California coast as far as the eye can see. In fact, it's so bad they've ordered these captains to move their vessels out to sea because it's embarrassing. These ships have been there for months, dumping their trash and waste into the ocean, waiting to offload their cargo. Most of it's from China. The public is starting to take notice. I mentioned in my last episode that the Fed lied to us about inflation, and they'll continue to lie to us. Bloomberg columnist Mohammed El-Efron says inflation as transitory is perhaps the worst inflation call in the history of the Federal Reserve. So don't take my word for it. What does all this mean? We're experiencing the greatest transfer of wealth ever. The poor and the middle class are being robbed. The wealth of this country is being transferred to corporations, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. Money velocity has stalled. Did you go to a mall over the holidays? Wow. Empty. Just be aware, this is all playing out around us. It's affecting the economy, and it's definitely going to affect workers. Now, 2021 brought us a huge spike in people quitting their jobs, and 40 to 50% of people are now thinking about quitting their current position. There's a level of discontent out there, and it's palpable. The Great Resignation, well, it is great. Finally, workers are reflecting on the workplace and their positions and saying, no, we don't want to do menial tasks in inefficient ways that don't mean anything to anybody at the end of the day. We're not willing to work for 15 years at a low-level position with the hope that someday, if we're lucky, they'll recognize our worth and give us a corner office. We don't want to spend 2 hours a day commuting in traffic. And employers don't get it. They think, oh, these people don't understand the value of hard work. They're lazy. They're unmotivated. No, we just aren't willing to be pushed around. We've been empowered. I think it's a direct result of the internet and social media. We can research what it's like to work at a company before we even interview. Years ago, there was nothing you could do. You get mistreated and you quit. Now, you could tell your friends, but that was about it. Nowadays, you post it online, and depending how egregious you were mistreated, it might be seen by millions of people. That's power. Workers are empowering themselves. The workplace has changed. It costs a lot of money to replace workers. These companies better think twice before firing employees. If these employers were smart, they'd train their existing managers to be more sympathetic and caring. But you and I know they won't. They'll belittle workers as lazy and unmotivated. They'll browbeat them. They'll say, this generation doesn't want to work. And when workers quit, they'll throw their hands up in the air and say, see, I told you this generation is lazy. This is an opportunity for union organizers. I recently read a headline, Starbucks union drive spurred by barista burnout from mobile orders. Opportunity is knocking. Let's be sympathetic. Make sure we're there when these workers need our help. I want to invite you to join my exclusive Union Organizer Facebook group. I also have an online course called Get Hired as a Union Organizer at gethiredasaunionorganizer.com. And don't forget my award-winning audiobook, The $1 Million Organizer, 365 Tips for Professional Union Organizers.
Thanks for listening. We hope that you'll subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Give us a 5-star review and let us know what you'd like to hear the $1 Million Organizer talk about. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Union Organizer. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.